Welcome to Sustainable Purchasing and Controlling Costs. This is assignment 5 in week 2. We are calculating the cost of food sold. These are a couple of workbook pages. There's 3 problems that come right off of the portal. Now, when you go to the portal, well, before I say that, let me say that we're going to be dealing with these terms. We need to understand these terms in order to do this assignment. Now, to understand these terms, I've put together a PowerPoint that I'm going to send out to you guys, and it looks like this. It is understanding where these terms come from. The PowerPoint is very elementary, and that is designed that way on purpose to show you that these concepts that we're working with, these formulas we're working with, when you understand where they come from, it makes sense. You don't have to memorize formulas because it makes sense. Now, the PowerPoint that is put together for this is a pretty short PowerPoint. It's only 15 pages. Like I said, I'll send it out to you, but it goes into where we get those things from. The beginning inventory purchases, goods available for sale, ending inventory, etc., etc. This assignment, there's really 2 parts to it. There's understanding these things, and then there's entering formulas into an Excel spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you how to do here also. So before you get into this, be sure to look at the PowerPoint to make sure that you understand where these terms are coming from. Now, when you go to the portal and you open it up, it is going to look like this for assignment 5. And there's going to be the cost of food problems template and then the sample cost of food problems template. You're going to download those. You're going to click on it, download it, and then they're going to look like this. There are 3 problems in each section. There's problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. All right. Then there are sample problems. Sample problem 1, sample problem 2, sample problem 3. The way this assignment is set up is you're going to look at sample problem 1 after you look at the PowerPoint to see where these things come from and how we determine them. You're going to look at the sample problem and compare it to the problem to help you determine the answers. All right. It's kind of confusing the way it's set up now. So what I've done, and I'll send this out to you guys as well, is I've cut and pasted the problem and the sample problem and put them on the same page side by side so you can compare them better. And I did that for problem 1, problem 2, problem 3. Also, something I did because I can't not change things is that I have color coded them to make it a little bit easier to follow like I did before. So the original, you saw what they look like. The original looks like this. Now there's assignment problem 1, assignment 5, sample 1, side by side. Then there's assignment 2, problem 2, and assignment sample 2. And then there is assignment problem 3 and assignment 5, sample problem 3. They're together. All right. And I will send those to you. Now, something else, there's a couple of pages in here depending on how you learn. You don't have to look at all of them, but one of them is probably going to appeal to you more than the others. This one, pretty straightforward. This one, I've got a lot of arrows showing you where things are coming from and where they move to. For example, the inventory on March 31st is $56,400. When we're looking for our beginning inventory, that is where we get that from. When we look for our purchases, we add up all our purchases for the month, our total purchases, then goes there. All right, and our ending inventory goes here. So please. So that's just showing you where, not that one, where we get this information from. So now this is that sheet without all the crazy arrows and stuff, with the information that we can transfer from the top down to the bottom. All right, and then sales. So I'm going to start showing you guys how to enter in formulas using the Excel spreadsheet. The formulas that we're looking for are right over here. So if it is a colored in cell, that means we're going to be entering a formula into there. And the formula should correspond with the highlighted color. For example, our beginning inventory plus our purchases equals our goods available for sale. Again, refer to the PowerPoint with Portia and York, and that will help you understand it better. I'm not going to go into it right now. The way that we're going to do this is we click on this cell. Now we hit the equals button. See how equals has shown up in there? No, okay. Then we're going to hit, the formula is beginning inventory plus purchases. We're going to click on this cell. Then we're going to hit the plus key. Then we're going to click on this cell. All right, let's look at what happens before we do anything else. What we've done is we were saying that this cell is equal to K21, which if you look at the sides and the top, this is column K, and this is line 21. See? So what we're doing is and this is column K. All right, so what we're doing here is we have K21 plus K22. This is K, this is 21, and this is 22. So we're saying that this cell equals K21, this plus this. Now, once we've got that entered in, all we have to do is hit enter, and then it automatically totals it for us. This is going to come in very handy because these formulas are going to be these cells and formulas are going to be based off of each other. They're going to be linked to each other. So if we need to come back and make a change here, it will automatically make the changes for us. And in the next lesson, the next video, I'll show you guys a little bit more into that. This is a very simple how to enter in formulas because the formulas are pretty simple in this one. All right, our ending inventory we got from right here, our cost of food consumed. That's our next formula that we need to enter. The cost of food consumed equals the goods available for sale, which is goods available for sale, minus our ending inventory. That should say inventory. All right, so we're going to click this cell equals goods available for sale, which is in purple, minus our ending inventory. And again, see how they are corresponding to the cells we've clicked on, and then when we hit enter, it automatically populates with the answer. All right, the employee meals for 30 days. Let's look at this. Here's that information. We know that there are 125 employees. We know that the employee meals cost $2.50, and we know that this is for the month of April. So what we need to do is we need to multiply 125 employees times $2.50 times 30 days, which is how many days there are in the month of April. In order to do that with the formula, what we're going to do is we're going to, sorry about that, we're going to have a key, we need to multiply it times 30 days in the month. And we don't have a all right, pardon the edit. So for this cell, to get the employee meals for 30 days, that's under 25 employees times $2.50 times 30 days in the month of April, and that's going to give us our answer. But to do it with the cells in the Excel formula format, we're going to click on this cell equals 125 times. The times key is the asterisk key, which is on top of the number 8. So you're going to hit shift, number 8 equals this times 30 days. So we hit shift, number 8 again, which is the asterisk key, and we don't have a cell that has 30 days into it, so we're just going to enter 30, the number 30, by hand. And then when we hit enter, it automatically populates, and it is what I did by hand earlier. Next up, the cost of food sold. The cost of food sold is our cost of food consumed, which is right here, minus our employee meals. So for this, our employee, if you ever make a mistake like I just did, you need to go to the key up at the top, which you cannot see on my screen. It is the back key, the back arrow key. On my screen, it's autosave, off, on, the save disk, and then the back key. So I want to do that whenever I'm doing cells because that can screw it up if. All right, so to get our cost of food sold, what we're going to do is we're going to click in this cell. Our cost of food sold is the cost of food consumed minus our employee meals. Cost of food consumed, employee meals. So we're going to hit equals cost of food consumed minus our employee meals, which this will be good. Because I can't get to my cell right now, I have the equals K25, which is right here, C25, and K. So I know that this is K26, so what I'm going to do is just manually enter K26. Since I can't reach the cell that was up there, and then when I hit enter, now it has automatically done the math for us. So our cost of food sold for the month is $90,401. Now let's scroll down a little bit so we can see the bottom part of this to do the last formula that we have on the page. Now our cost of food sold, we just need to populate from here. We just need to move this information down. So we're going to hit equals, and then we're just going to click on this cell. And what that's doing is it's linking this cell to this cell. So if we make any changes to any numbers up here and that affects this, it will change it automatically down here. So when we hit enter, it should auto-populate it down. Now, last formula that we need to work with is our food cost percentage. Food cost is the amount of money we spent on food and not other things. So the formula for that is cost of food sold divided by sales. So it is this cell divided by our sales, and then when we hit enter, I did not do that right. All right, last formula we need to enter in is the food cost percentage. A percent is always going to be the part divided by the whole. In this instance, we're comparing our cost of food sold compared to the money that we brought in. 9 times out of 10, when we're comparing something, when we're looking for a percentage in food costing, we're going to be comparing it to the sales, the total number of sales. Because if we're not bringing in enough money to cover the cost of what we've spent, then we're gonna go broke. We're gonna end up closing. All right, the formula is cost of food sold, which is right here, divided by the sales, which is right here. So to do this, we're going to click in the cell. We're going to hit equals. We're going to click on the cost of food sold. We're going to click the divide or the / key, and we're going to click on the sales. And then we're going to hit enter, and it will auto-populate for us. 30% is a pretty good food cost. That's what we're going to be aiming for in class. Now, I did not do this for problems 2 or problems 3 because they're pretty straightforward. Once you understand this, you just have to work your way through it. Like I said, go back and look at the PowerPoints of Portia and her dog Yorick to see how we find these things that we're looking for down here if you had to do it by hand and not by computer Excel spreadsheet. Like I said, also, I'm including all of this for you. You don't have to study all these pages, but some of them will help you more than others. That's one we just did the math on. That sheet ended up not being any good for me, so we're going to delete it. Yes. And I'm going to close with one of my favorite quotes by Einstein. It says, he said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking that it is stupid. And that is so true. I believe that. Everybody is a genius in their own way. Everybody is good at something. Everybody is better at something than somebody else. So it's just figuring out how to learn for yourself and to do it. All right. So that's going to conclude this. Look for the video on how to cost out the recipe costing sheets, and that's what I'm getting ready to film next. And Ajax says hi. All right. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.